So this is our Chapter 4 review for Algebra 1. And we're going to go through most of these. Well, one from each section, I'd said. So, check whether the ordered pair is a solution of the system. This is a yes or no question. You plug it in, plug it in. My x is 5, my y is 2. Plug them into both. Instead of x, put a 5. Instead of y, put a 2. $15 minus 4 equals 11. Yes. They must both be yes for it to be a solution. Negative 5 plus 12 equals 7. 7 equals 7, yes. So both of them are a yes. This is good. This is a yes. All right, jumping down to number 3. The graph and check method means just graph them both. You've got to change them to y equals mx plus b. If you want, just so you know, if you want, you could use intercepts where you plug in 0 for x and plug in 0 for y to find the x-intercept or the y-intercept. But I feel that you're more comfortable with changing it to y equals mx plus b. So let me put this top equation right here so I have room to solve. Minus 2x, y equals negative 2x minus 3. And then, on the second equation, I'm going to minus 6x. Negative 3y equals negative 6x minus 15. So I always have to put the x term right after the equal sign, yeah? Divide by negative 3. Y equals 2x plus 5. And I'm going to graph both and see where they intersect. Super easy. Y equals mx plus b. Begin. I'll do the first one. My b is negative 3. My slope is negative 2 over 1. Begin at negative 3. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. These are just straight lines, guys. There's no dotted or solid here because it's not an inequality. It's an equal sign. This next one, begin at 5. Up 2 over 1. Well, I don't even think I made my red line long enough. Uh-oh. I better do this right. I drew my line wrong. It wasn't perfect enough. Oh no! I lost my clear ruler. I have to use a protractor. That's where the lines would intersect. The order pair where they intersect is negative 2, comma 1. 2 to the left, up 1. Yep. If you want to, but it does say use graph and check. And if on the test I ask you to use a certain method, I'm checking to make sure that you know that method. So you would get credit or you would lose credit if you just do whatever you want and you don't follow the instructions. You're not going to get full credit. Why would you? Following directions is there for a reason. All right, so graphing. You find where the two lines intersect, and that's your solution. Now we get into substitution, but the problem is I don't like the way this looks. There is no x equals or y equals, so I've got to make one of them be an x equals. On the test tomorrow, I will give you an x equals or y equals. Okay? Hojan, you good? Hi. Hi. Just saying hi. Being friendly and all. X equals -5 plus y. So I just added y to isolate x in the top equation. This is what x is worth. It is -5 plus y. I'm going to plug that in right there for the other x. So x, which I just found out, is -5 plus y. And then I'm going to do plus 4 equals 16. This -5 and this +4 make a -1. My y value is 17. I'm halfway done with my solution. What would I do to find x? Someone give me a help, or give me help. Give me a help. Yep. Say it again. Plug 17 back in. The only equation that has y is the top one. X minus 17 equals -5. Add 17 to both sides. X equals 12. Linear combination. That's elimination. There's lots of different words to describe the same thing. Elimination method. So I want to have the same number, opposite sign. It's called a zero pair. So I want to have a zero pair. Should I make both of the x's a 5 and a -5? Or should I make both of the y's a 2 and a -2? What do you want to do? What looks like it would be the least amount of work? If I made, well, this is already a 5x, and I made this a -5x. Or made both of these a 2. This is a 2, and I would have to make this a -2. It's already negative. The 2 part. In order for me to make this y be a -2y, I need to multiply the entire equation by 2. Because then it would become a -2. The top equation stays the same. I'll write it over here. X plus 2y equals 5. And I need to distribute the 2 into the second equation. 10x minus 2y equals 6. And add 11x equals 11. Huh, nice. So divide by 11, x equals 1. I'm halfway done. So, x is 1. Now what? Yep. I plug 1. Which equation looks easier to you guys? The top or the bottom? Original. The top does. X plus 2y equals 5. Instead of x, I'm going to put a 1. Two y equals 4. Y equals 2. Yay. Okay. The diagram shows the graphs of the following equations, A, B, and C. Great. How many solutions are there? How many times does it cross? A and B. You guys, how many times do A and B cross? 0 times. There's no solution. Parallel lines have no solution. A and C. How many times do A and C cross? 1. That's all there is to this. Isn't that nice? Okay. Solve the system. Tell how many solutions. This is your choice. You pick whatever method you want. If you want to make one of the, like this y be alone and use substitution, great. If you want to graph them both and see where they intersect, do that. If you want to make like both of these a 6 or both of these a 4 and a negative 4, that's elimination. Do that. Completely up to you. So what I would see, we have a good amount of time. Let's do one of these together right now. And then I do want you to do the a couple of the boss secretary, which I will explain to you how that works. But here we go. How about 9? 9 looks more difficult. Let's do 9. I could make both of these a 14 or both of these a 6. What do you guys want to do? Yep. Both of them a 6. Great. That means that this is already a negative 3. I need to make it a negative 6. Oh, it's missing a y. I'm sorry, guys. Can you do this, please? Y. Multiply the top equation by 2. 14x minus 6y equals 8. And then the second equation, I just rewrite. Negative 14x plus 6y equals negative 8. Ooh, this is so good. Everything cancels. This is the same equation. All real numbers. I could plug in any value for x and y, and it would work. It's the exact same equation. Same equation, all real numbers. When is it no solution? Let's remind ourselves of that. When is it no solution? Go ahead. So if I draw it and it has parallel lines, or if I solve something, here's a sample one, like okay. The x's cancel. So there's no variable, but there's still numbers. This means it's going to have the same slope. But when everything cancels, 0, 0, 0, there's nothing left. It's the same equation. That's all real numbers. All right, let me explain boss secretary. You guys need to be in pairs, twos. That's going to be good. Now everybody has a pair. This person either you're staring at or that you're sitting side by side. Okay? So here's how boss secretary works. The boss talks and explains while the secretary writes. Okay, so on number right here, number 1, the boss is going to explain number 1, and the secretary, partner B, writes and shows the work for number 1. So the boss does all the talking. First, you would say first you would plug the numbers in, and then you write this, and the answer is yes or the answer is no. So in your pairs right now, can you guys decide who's going to be the boss first and who's going to be the secretary? Go. Okay, so every other problem you switch off jobs. Number 1, boss, you are explaining. Bosses, raise your hand so I can see who you are. In each pair, boss. Okay, you're identified. Good. Boss, you're verbally going to tell what to do. The order pair is 0, 3, and then there's 2 equations to plug in. Notice that this only has a y. It means you're only going to use the y, the 3. This only has an x. You're only going to use the x, 0. So, go ahead, and you guys are going to do 1, 2, and just 3 together, okay? 1, 2, and 3. Boss, secretary, boss. And you're going to switch off jobs. So on number 2, partner B is the boss and partner A is the secretary. Get it? So I am going to stop the video, but go ahead and start.